Hi everyone! Today I will be doing a DIY on how I made my own fur top. The design looks like this, and let me show you how I did it. It is basically pasting the fur onto the shirt. The items I used are a pair of scissors, fabric glue, a chalk or pencil to make markings, a ruler, the fabric, and the shirt itself. Optional items include a popsicle stick and a piece of plastic or cardboard to use as a backing. For this DIY, I bought my fur fabric from a local store. This isn't real fur, so it wasn't extremely costly. You can choose any color fur you prefer. As for me, I chose black. The girl at the store cut up the fabric piece for me. Just for your information, I started with my fabric that was originally the size of 34 by 63 inches. This should be more than enough if you are just doing the sleeves and collar like what I am doing. This step is optional, but just for extra precaution, I do recommend to wash newly bought fabric just to check in case the dye comes off or the fabric may shrink. I started out with my plain black t-shirt that I got from H&M. I measured the size of the sleeves in order to cut the fabric. I decided on 2.5 inches. From the sleeve, I used the same measurements for the fabric. I made my markings on the underside of the cloth just so the markings wouldn't be seen on the correct side. I cut a little bit bigger just in case I made a mistake and to also make some allowance. Depending on the fabric you use, some may be stretchy, some may not. And you will end up with a little piece of fabric looking like this. Here you can see that I am measuring the size of the sleeve just to make it a little bit more accurate. Next, I also added some glue at all the edges of the cloth just so that it wouldn't fray. In some cases where you may add a little bit too much glue, you can also use a popsicle stick like me to spread them out. Once I'm done, I glue them to my shirt. Unfortunately for me, I am very careless and sewing challenged, but if you are able to sew them, that would be even better. When gluing the fur onto the sleeve, make sure to press it down so that it sticks properly. Since this is fur, the ending may not be very obvious, but please do note where is the best place to end it. I recommend putting it on the inside or the inner part of the sleeves, or if not, the edges or the seam area, where it may be a little less obvious compared to the top part of your sleeves. And so you are now done with the sleeve area. Moving on to the collar area, I did the exact same steps. I measured, marked out, and cut the fabric. The width of the fabric is also the same just like the sleeves at 2.5 inches. The difference between the collar and the sleeves is that the collar area is curved. So instead of just pasting, here are two ways to go about it. The first way is using a larger piece of fabric. To paste it, I tried to create little pleats or gathers around the collar. I do recommend to try putting it around the collar area without glue as a trial for a precautionary measure. The pleats will help to move around the collar as shown in the video. Once I am satisfied with the results, I glue them down. The second way is to cut the fabric into two smaller pieces. Yes, you may not be able to simply paste it across due to the curve of the shirt to create the same pattern as the first method. Instead, with two smaller pieces, you can easily paste it across at the two ends like this, and you will end up with a collared shirt. This method is also a little easier than the previous one. Once the glue dries, you are done, leaving you with a new top to wear. That's it for this video. I hope you guys will like it. Feel free to leave any comments below and I will talk to you all soon. Bye!